things she had to say. Her response was, "Is it safe sex?" He said, "Oh yeah, doctor, I listened to your show." She said, "Oh, that's so good, sex is good." And I'm thinking, woman, you're talking to a 15-year-old boy who's being intimate with a 14-year-old girl. When I was 15, Campbell's soup was good. Fornication. What's wrong with this bitch? And then all of a sudden it occurred to me. Sex isn't good or even great. As a gift from God, it is sacred. It is holy. Now what do you call it when you take something that's sacred and holy and you treat it as though it's just simply good? Or maybe great, but it falls short of what it really is, and that's sacred and holy? That's the definition of the word desecration. You profane one of God's greatest gifts when you treat it as though it's just good or great. It isn't safe sex, it's safe sex for marriage, for covenant. It isn't birth control. As Chesterton said, it's self-control.
Down over there.
Great asteroid. There you go.
Years ago when I was Pentecostal, he preached as only a black Pentecostal preacher could. He said, "Brothers!" And that's pretty much about how it sounded. "Brothers! It don't matter how high you jump on Sunday." Now, for those of you who don't know, in Pentecostal churches, people are known to jump in church on Sunday. It don't matter how high you jump on Sunday. What matters is do you walk straight on Monday. And there's an important truth there, isn't it? Because really what matters is tomorrow more than today. How is this conference going to impact you and me? How are we going to change? Evangelistic t-shirts on airplanes. It gets conversations started, you know. But I had an icon of the Blessed Mother and the child Jesus, and underneath the 8 little words from Mother Teresa that many of you probably know. No Mary, no Jesus. No Mary, no Jesus, right? No Mary, no Jesus, that is N-O, no Mary, no Jesus. That is a historical fact. Without Mary, there ain't no Jesus. But the line right underneath there says, no Mary, no Jesus. K-N-O-W. And it's so profoundly true. So she's not the mother of God. You've got some explaining to do about that boy. Amen.
Back to what my bride looked like 32 years ago. She doesn't have the same figure. But I tell her that she's beautiful. And I would pass a polygraph. And not less, but more beautiful than she was. We have got to learn to fall in love with our ladies. in a way that corresponds to God's plan and not our adolescent hormones that still steam to rage in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. We discover that the struggle to transform lust into love, satisfaction into sacrifice, and sanctity, we learn that this is precisely the struggle that makes us saints.